Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please be seated.
Hi, I'm Josh Alperin, and welcome to Bulldog TV Morning Buzz. This week we have a video feature on Miss Smith, stories from Kenya, and more.
I'm very happy to be back at the high school. I started out here and I've worked with a lot of the juniors and seniors already. I know a lot of the freshmen from when I was at Tollgate, and meeting the sophomores is pretty cool too. I really want to get to know all the students as best as I can, get to work with the staff again, a lot of the staff I worked with before. I started out as the math supervisor. I was here for 2 years and I taught a class each year. I was saying the other day, I was saying goodbye to students when they were walking to their buses. And I think you could go to a lot of high schools and say goodbye, have a great day, and kids would ignore you. But here, every single student that I said that to turned and said, thanks, you too. And I think that just shows the quality of kids that we have here. Those are the things that make this place special.
There are friendly students in the CHS hallways, and last summer a group of them went to Kenya with Dr. and Gwenny. We caught up with 2 students who went on the trip, and they had nothing but great experiences to tell us.
Over the summer, a few community members, students from Hopewell, and some teachers, there were about 20 or so of us, we took a trip to Kenya for 2 weeks in the middle of July. There were about 15 students, 5 teachers, and 10 or so other community members that Dr. and Gwenny recruited to come on our trip. When we were in Kenya, we did so many things with different towns and cities there. We visited various schools and we worked with the children there. We had a lot of time to interact with them and get to know them. We actually went to Dr. and Gwenny's hometown. We visited his village that he grew up in, met a lot of his family members and people that he knew. We visited Moy Forces Academy, which was a school that Dr. and Gwenny taught at before he came over to America. Immediately there was this connection between the students at that school and the students from Hopewell. And we really got to know them. You know, we really got to connect with them because they're our age. We all shared that similarity where Dr. and Gwenny had taught there and he's taught in the United States. And it was very interesting to meet all of the students there. All of them were just so happy that we were there, and they made a point of making that clear to us. They were extremely grateful to meet us, and they were so excited to meet us, and the same excitement was shared between the students from Hopewell. And I think that we all were very thankful for Dr. and Gwenny. We felt more connected with him throughout the trip and after the trip as well. Having Dr. and Gwenny there really made the trip more meaningful and more impactful. It was very, very inspiring. It's really just an amazing connection that we have made there over the past several years that Dr. and Gwenny has taken students on this Kenya trip. So if you have the chance to go, you definitely should, because it really is insanely fun and amazing, and I can't say enough good things about it.
From summer travels to school clubs, Poetry Out Loud is a competition where students recite poems from memory. Here's more on that.
Hey guys, have you heard about Poetry Out Loud? No. Cool. Yeah, you guys should join. Next meeting, October 13th.
The Poetry Out Loud Club is a club that goes online and looks through a collection of poems, chooses poems, memorizes them, and then recites them in front of judges.
Backdrop addresses Cowboy by Margaret Atwood.
The Poetry Out Loud competition starts at the school level, and students will pick poems from the website and recite them in front of a panel of judges. You're judged based on your style of conveying the poem, your accuracy, and your performance.
There are many competition levels: the school competition, regional, state, and then the national competition.
When you go to the meetings, I look forward to hearing how different people interpret different poems.
Through a Glass Eye Lightly by Carolyn Kaiser.
One person can take a poem and make it really intense, and someone can take the same poem and make it really happy and funny, so it's interesting.
4 Glimpses of Night by Frank Marshall Davis.
If you have stage fright or if you're afraid to speak, Poetry Out Loud is a great way to get yourself out there and sort of be someone else or speak through your poetry to try to get yourself out there.
If you're interested in poetry, and performance. It's just a really fun place where you can get together with people and perform some poetry in a national competition.
To get involved with the club, you can come to one of our meetings. We meet once a month, or you can just contact the English teacher, Miss Henderson, myself, or Claire King.
Even if you're not a big poetry fan, it's still really fun and you'll probably come to love it.
Well, that's all for this week. Next week, we'll be covering the Week of Respect. Thanks for watching, everyone. My name is Josh Alperin. Have a great weekend, a good Rosh Hashanah, and eat your vegetables.